to see everybody today again. Yesterday didn't happen. Too many things were going too many directions. And of course today I think you guys see some of the outcomes from the USA being slammed by floods to the USA being a terror target, to a rift, well, they want to call it a rift, as far as you guys have been checking out. Some of the rhetoric that's coming from the media, I think is, well, let's say it's going to cause a further divide or split, which can be easily overcome. And of course, Putin and the Middle East. My goodness. Guys, I hope you know that right now, Putin is organizing and will at any moment strike in proportion, a bit more than what happened to him, but in proportion to the Ukraine's recent strike. It could be a doozy. So much speculation out there. So much is out of proportion. I was looking at what the news media is saying about some of the strikes that took place in the Middle East, some of the happenings that took place in Russia and the Ukraine. And of course, a lot of those things are out of proportion. I've also noticed there's a minimal set of reports on some of the domestic issues they're having within the USA. We have some problems here in the USA that are growing. You know, it's almost like everything we've been discussing is starting to happen here in the USA, right? Some of those situations that seemed like they were years away are happening now. And the sun is causing some severe issues. And geology is almost becoming a nightmare in its own regard. There are places right now under caution. NOAA is issuing warnings. So we have across the board many changes, and many things to address tonight. Tonight is Wednesday. I do apologize for missing yesterday, but I'm going to update you guys on the global situation. Not so much point to point as you can get that info anywhere. I'm going to give you a direction things are going into. A bit of direction. Things are seemingly going out of control. They are. It's an escalation. It is. And I think that everybody would do well having a some sort of data point concerning that escalation tonight. Remember, all things are under the Father's control. All things are. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to turn a few more networks on, guys. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes, right here at the Council of Time. Okay. Well, what has the world gotten itself into? And you guys, again, you do know that, oh boy. You guys do know that, you guys aren't going to believe this, but another geo alert is, another. Well, I expect, as such, the sun Have you guys been keeping up on the sun? Hopefully you have been. They do expect some issues with the sun. I believe it's causing a lot of plate tectonics to really begin to define themselves on a big scale. And, of course, our last geo-alarm marked another geo event very close to the actual event. And this is actually 3 geo-alarms. I suspect this will become normal. Very normal. And again, we're trying to get this down to a forecasting algorithm, right, that will actually help people out a lot. Because, let's go ahead and face it, they cannot, nobody can cry wolf without major consequences with NOAA, with, all these other agencies. We can do that. Really help some folks out, right? We can do that. We can actually help some folks out. And I'm hoping that in the time we live in, because they're going to become so numerous in so many different locations, people are going to be overwhelmed and frightened by the word earthquake. Remember that. People will become frightened by the word earthquake. And just recently, I believe it was published to the public, authorities now believe, they now know that California has a high probability of sinking. Within about, I believe the estimate was about 6 minutes, right? Within a few minutes, California could actually sink into the ground. Significant. Not good. Not good. It's almost like they're trying to inch out some sort of forecast to warn people, to have people prepared and ready. And I hope that people are prepared and ready. Right? These end days that we live in, I always keep the Bible as a number one anchor for the information that comes forward. Because if I don't do that, I've noticed you'll be all over the place as far as your interpretation of data or insights, right? Or these events. But we know what's about to happen. We know what's about to happen, right? There are going to be consequences in the Middle East that are going to scare you all. Don't let it tamper with your faith. These things must be. They must be. Right? Okay, everybody good on that so far, right? Hopefully you guys are. We have more what is going on with the earth here? We know what time we're in. You're right there at the door. You had to forgive me for pauses. I'm watching these geo alarms. We have 8. Looks like 8. 8 geo alarms. I'm trying to see which ones are growing. They have coordinates with them. Not so much pinpoints. Because they're not put on the map. This is raw data. But the sun is doing some pretty wicked things. And somebody at the beginning of this conversation made a comment about the heliosphere. Yes, it is, it's not places it ought to be. And things are in this solar system. And people are wondering where they come from. That's a topic that's brought up every single day now. Where do these objects come from? What part of space do they come from? And I'll be right back, you all. Just a few minutes, because I want to open up the floor for something so you guys really get it. and update you about, oh boy. How many people do we have here that live in the, well, I'm not going to say it. Not going to say it yet. I'm going to have to do this carefully because I don't want to cause a stir. Not yet. Not yet. These are deep. They look deep. But we'll see. We shall see. Let me clean up some of this data here so I can see. So if anything is immediate, I'll let you guys know because it looks like something is about an hour away. Never had that before. Never had that before. 1 hour away. Oh, by the way, anybody who researches geology, things in geology, earthquakes and things like that, harmonics are the key. That means you could have a 9.0 earthquake. And in truth, it may not be a big deal. Harmonics, they tell everything. Harmonic feedback. Well, it gives you data into the inside of the planet, what's happening. That will let you know if it's a big deal or not. And in this case, we have a repeat of what we talked about last time. During the midnight hour, we talked about Mount Pinatubo and its eruption, right? Same thing is happening again. The exact same thing is happening. It's amazing. It's happening again. And just like that incident, right, back in 91, they did not know it was going to erupt because they thought it was just, mountain ranges. That was a dormant, dormant issue. Well, everything is coming alive. Everything is on the move. Magma is on the move. Magma does not stop moving. It doesn't. It just simply, carves out new areas, new chambers. We have that issue here. We live in a time right now where things are about to abruptly change. And it's somewhat hard. It's very difficult to believe that we're in this time, but we are. We're in this time right now. Okay? So, soon it'll be difficult to predict anything. It'll be too much going on. The internet will be saturated with events. Right? Have you guys noticed there's so many events going on right now? It's very difficult to pinpoint one danger that's more immediate than the other. We're going to be at war soon. We're going to be at war in the middle of a geological crisis, in the middle of a solar crisis, in the middle of a solar system crisis. Right? Imagine that. We're at war. Earthquakes are going off. Volcanoes are waking up. Land masses are moving. Right? For the first time, this year, for the first time, they actually videotaped 2 plates separating. I mean, can you imagine your street? You look out your front door and your street moves 20 feet, right, to the left or to the right. That's what they filmed. They filmed that for the first time ever. We're going to have more incidences just like that, right? You will see parts of California drop suddenly. What if a landmass, maybe 1,000 miles in length, dropped about 17 inches right into the ground, all at one time? Can you imagine what a jolt that will be? It's going to be a jolt of jolts. And during all of this, Father is deeply concerned about you. Hope that you guys take all that under consideration, because it will take some focus, lots of work naturally, but an anchor. We need an anchor, and again, the Bible is the best anchor we could ever have. It will become confusing. People are going to jump the gun. They're going to be talking about all sorts of things. People will entertain their worst fears. They will. But the Bible is going to be the anchor point on all of it. The Lord has told us what the Father has decreed. He told us. So we know what to look for. We know what's coming, right? But in your life, this is your liberation moment. This is the moment that many of you probably had a snapshot of many years ago. This is that time. Your time. Your time to make a difference. This is your time indeed. Listen, guys, we have a cold front coming through, right, in about a week or so. About a week. After that cold front, brutal temperatures are coming. I mean, heat we've not experienced before. So are you guys ready for a lot of heat? I mean, a lot of heat in areas where it shouldn't be. Hopefully you get ready for that. The fires are having in Canada, and some of the fires that are breaking out all over the place, they will double. They're going to double. Well, I don't like that. You know, that is awful in itself. Those flames that they're experiencing in Canada, right? They're going to be far hotter in various places around the USA, around the world, indeed around the world. And you've got to get, all of you guys with breathing issues and problems, you've got to get ready to handle some pretty toxic air. In another 2 weeks, if the storms do not displace some of that debris, air quality is going to be zapped in half. It's going to be half of what it is right now. And for some of you, the air is almost impossible to breathe. It's getting to people. The air quality is. So I hope that you guys are prepped for that. I hope that you're prepped for that. Okay. Anybody else have any questions of me? Sahara dust storm on the way again. Yeah. But you're going to be dealing with ash. You're going to be dealing with ash from fires. You're going to be dealing with toxins from different types of areas that are burning. They're going to put off some pretty thick smoke, right? It's going to make everything kind of sooty and dirty and smell like mildew. You know, you may wake up one day and go outside and smell mildew everywhere. You're going to know you have a problem when all of the flying insects are gone. See, you're already affected by smoke in Canada. It's going to get worse. Will it affect cars? For some, yeah, the air intake, absolutely. Electric cars, and only their hybrid capabilities in a car. But this is just, you know, what we're going to get used to. I do have some advisements and some recommendations as these times will come. I'll have recommendations. I will. But prepare yourselves to deal with the heat. Now, prior to this heat, you have to prepare yourself to deal with some cold temperatures. Unfortunately, cold temperatures in places where it shouldn't be cold. Right? That I do not mind because it kills bugs. The heat, that's just going to be unbearable. It is. Keep those things in mind, folks. Now, if I happen to pop on tonight, I'll give you an update on some of these geo alarms. I'm going to start putting this data together. It is flying in all over the place. Now I need to make sense of this. I've not had these. We've not had any readings that look like this. We've not had any. And you guys who have been following some of the, when I give you these countdowns, right? You've been following these countdowns. You've noticed something. So imagine what this data is going to turn into. We've not had data like this. It's almost like, well, I can't say anything yet. We've just not had data like this. We've not. You know, it's like, it looks like something is soon to give way. And who knows what the end result will be. I don't want to speculate. I'll have a better idea here shortly. But I've got to go through some things so I can see. You guys stay safe. Please update yourselves by looking at your local forecasts. Please don't play with the flooding. The rain potential is off the charts. It really is off the charts. Okay. God bless all of you guys.